Hello and welcome to Alan's Gaming. I hope you like my videos and it's good to see you. This is of course Alan of Alan's Gaming. If you've watched the previous Fallout videos, you'll notice the volume is quite low. So I'm going to turn it up so you can actually hear what people are saying, because now it actually has some purpose. And yeah, we should be good to go. First things first, going back into our game. We left off pretty much in the vault, as you can see. And we will get started. Now, something to bear in mind, I will not be playing or recording the entire playthrough because you can end up with some 20% of the game done and I've been playing for an hour. Sorry, 20% of the game done and been playing for 100 hours, not an hour.
Come on,
But yeah,
come on.
we should be good. Opening this up, and here we have this guy, he's dead. Now, you can simply look at it or do fuck offs. The fuck was that? Anyway, you can talk to this guy, well not talk, you can interact. Now if you look real close, see the wedding ring there? If you interact,
I'll find who did this.
you take the ring. Okay, and that's pretty much it.
Them.
Now, see everyone else is dead, you can't open these ones. Now, there's nothing of any great interest here, but everyone is dead.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Why
so
would Vault-Tec do this?
we have a computer, and now, if you're bored, you can actually read through all this crap. Sometimes I look through it, sometimes I don't. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. And now we're moving forward. Now, this particular video will get us to Sanctuary Hills and a little bit of action past that. Now, you've got random crap here. Now, in normal mode, it's actually useful to just pick everything up and move on. But in survival mode, you only pick up what is absolutely necessary because you've got limited carry capacity. Granted, you've got limited here, but it's even more limited in survival mode.
Can't be the only one left. Hello? Anyone?
Well, can't get through there. I wouldn't go through here. Giant cockroaches. Now, we have more crap here. Now here of course we have a security terminal. It gives you more information. For example, logs, instructions. At some point there's mention of a mutiny, but yeah, not important. As I said, in some cases actually going through those will tag new locations on the map, but here you get nothing. Moving forward. Cockroach. Sneak. Take that, take the cup. Smack the cockroach. Loot the cockroach.
Giant roaches? What the hell?
Now here we have another computer terminal, as you can see. In this case, however, we have a videotape. Now this particular videotape is actually a game, and it just takes so much wasted time, so I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I'm just going to take the tape with me and leave. Nothing in the fridge. Certain things, such as those for example, actually have more value than other things. Like the ceramic you can probably leave half the time, same with the glass. But anything that is kind of like that hot pot, you'll see later on that certain items provide certain loot when deconstructed, and that loot is then used to craft your town. The hot pot, for example, adds copper. Now copper wire is very important for running electricity and such with your generators, because I don't have the add-on for solar panels. Now we have cockroach there. I can walk through there without dying. It does do a little bit of damage though. so I prefer to walk around. Besides, there's more cockroaches. Speaking of, whack, loot, whack, loot.
What happened here? Where is everyone?
Loot. And here we go, headed up here, more cockroaches. Has a scene. Loot. Stim packs provide health regeneration. We have a 10mm pistol. Glasses, theoretically useless, practically they can actually be helpful, depending on your goals. Now we picked up a bobby pin there. Bobby pins are used to pick locks. Unfortunately, the lock here is too powerful. We don't have the skill to unlock that kind of lock. So, as she said, coming back later. That particular gun is called a cryolator, and basically it's a freeze gun. If you watched, what's the series? I suppose start off with The Flash, but you go on to Legends of Tomorrow, I think it is. The Captain Cold, or whatever his name is, the guy played by... I can't even remember his name, I just remember he was in Prison Break, that guy. Everyone knows him. He uses a cold gun. Right. Now, this particular terminal provides a bit more information if you want to go through protocols, logs, so on and so forth. There's info on the cryolator. Now, in order to get out of here, you actually need to do this, which is the only reason I turned this computer on, because now we can exit. Now, going back into sneak, because now we have a few enemies. Zoom out so I can aim properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I missed. My bad. Okay, let's do this. Got most of them nicely though. There's pretty much nothing else to loot until you get into this next room. But we have a cockroach there. And there's one more. Now we have this thing. Now that's basically your little computer thing you saw in the video, except there's a more advanced version of it. Your Pip-Boy, if you haven't played Fallout before. Now this particular thing is how you look at your inventory and so on and so forth. The only reason I haven't done it before is because you can't until you pick this thing up. Now that we've got it functional, we have ourselves a Pip-Boy. Stats, inventory, data, map, radio, so on and so forth. Look at that in a moment. I'm just going to get this door opened in the meantime, because it takes a little while and there's a few more things I need to do in here while the door's opening.
Vault door cycling sequence.
Okay, inventory. Now obviously we've got these stupid weapons here. Pressing Q for favorites. I put that at 1. Mainly because for some reason, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't matter what you do, drop them, sell them, whatever. These things fucking stay as favorite weapons. See, it stays as fucking favorite weapons the entire game. So every time you pick one up, you automatically equip it if you're not fucking equipping another already favorite weapon. It really pisses me off. Now we have glasses. Now it increases perception, which is pretty much aim and shit, so I put those on. This gives you no stats, so I simply remove it, and those two are basically the same, so I just keep my original one on.
Stand back.
If you hold tab, you get a torch type thing. Now I can open these, but it does nothing now, because I've already been through here. This is where that inaccessible door was. Ammo! As Grunt says in Mass Effect, I don't need luck, I've got ammo! let's do this. Now, technically I don't actually need to have the gun out, so holding R, we put it away. Now there is a mod that actually gives you holsters, so you can actually see the gun in the holster and shit, which I think would have been nice, but they don't have them in the base game, so we don't have them now. Some of the mods actually remove the kind of elevator thing, and you kind of have to jump in and stand on nothing until you go up. And we're finished and exiting the vault. Now, next we will of course be headed to Sanctuary Hills, our base. Let's do this. Now we're at 10 minutes now, so I'm hoping I can finish this video quickly. So I'll do a little bit of running to speed things up, because I want to get to Sanctuary Hills quickly. The main reason I'm doing full playthrough videos here is because it's the intro. People like to see the intro. But also, there's some errors in the game, not in the game, but in people's perceptions of resource requirement in the game. Now, more glass. You don't need Nuka-Cola. Not really needed. Hell, I've never actually used one. Now, later on you're going to need to get to the cryolator, but you can walk on that and fuck all happens. Hit this now, and you don't need to worry about walking on there later. It'll just go take you down, and woo, speeds things up. Now, as I said, looting stuff. If you are not aware, bottle caps are money in this game. There's nothing else in here, so let's get moving. Now this stuff is not really useful. You can't plant it, you can't grow it, you just have to pick it up as you play through the world. But if you're playing on a harder difficulty, and you need to make your own potions to boost strength and stats and so on and so forth, picking them up and using them at a chemistry station allows you to do that. Bear in mind, even if you don't use them and you craft the stuff, crafting gives you a little bit of experience per crafted item. Now the quest is going to change in a moment. We're at Sanctuary Hills. Discovered Sanctuary Hills, and wait for it. I suppose they go and talk to Codsworth, but whatever. Now, technically, we walk up there and talk to Codsworth, who is right there. That's our robot that we saw earlier. Or I can come here and shoot these things. Now if I press Q, freezes game for a moment or slows it, and then you can aim. This allows you to target multiple enemies at once without having to screw around with missing and shit. Not that you don't miss, that's why you need higher perception. Higher perception reduces your chances of missing. Now, ordinarily you go around, you loot everything, which I'll do later on. After this video is finished, I'll loot everything in the town and pretty much make the town ready for the next video before I start. And yeah, now you've got the 2 rad roaches there, you have another rad roach just here. And another one in there. Now, obviously speeding up, we're on our way up to 15 minutes. So let's speed up through here. Now you'll notice there's some giant bloody flies in here in a moment. Now there are 3 in here and 3 in another room. And that is everything for this video. I think we'll actually talk to Codsworth before we end the video. So... yeah, I would hate to have to deal with blood flies in real life. Now you can see on the map the 2 Red things. Now the next bloatfly should show up in a moment. Looted. Interestingly enough, if you are playing on a harder difficulty, please bear in mind that it'll take more than a single shot from the pistol to kill a damn bloatfly. And sometimes you'll even miss. And then you're fucked, because it'll kill you quite quickly. Now our other bloatflies should be in here. One more bloatfly. Let's loot this shit, because yeah. Okay, and that covers everything we need to worry about in here in terms of danger within our town. So we will go and speak to Codsworth. As you can see, there's a whole lot of crap everywhere. We'll deal with that later.
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
Codsworth, you're still here. So other people could still be alive too.
Well, of course I'm still here. Surely you don't think a little radiation could deter the pride of General Atomics International? But you seem the worse for wear. Best not let the hubby see you in that state, huh? Where is Sir, by the way?
They killed him.
Oh, Mum, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Oh, Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
Sean's been kidnapped. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna get my baby back.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
200 years? What? Are you sure?
A bit over 210, actually, Mum. Give or take a little for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack. You must be famished.
Okay, the yellow writing is a persuasion option. It's yellow is easy, orange is medium, red is hard. The higher your charisma, the higher chance of persuasion success you have. The max persuasion you can have as a standard is 10. There are little model things that you can pick up throughout the game, and some of them will boost your stats, so instead of 10 the max would become 11. Now, once you have 11 charisma, you can drop any items that boost charisma. But before that, it is generally a good idea to have a hat or some armor piece that boosts your charisma by 1, simply to ensure that you have a guaranteed success rate on all persuasions, because otherwise sometimes you fail even with max charisma.
Codsworth, you're acting a little weird. What's wrong?
Mum, it's been just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. Nothing. And don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car. How do you polish rust?
Stay with me, pal. Focus.
I'm afraid I don't know anything, Mum. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this holotape. I believe Sir was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
Thank you, Codsworth.
You're welcome. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? Sir and young Sean may turn up yet.
Now ordinarily this is where Codsworth leads you around the town and you kill those mobs that I already killed. The problem is that because he is not your companion yet, he's simply an NPC, you don't get any experience for anything that he kills, which is why I specifically went and killed them first.
Codsworth, I already looked. They're not here.
Then they're really gone, aren't they? Oh, Mum.
Sean's out there, Codsworth. I need to find him.
What about Concord, Mum? Plenty of people there. And last I checked, they only pummeled me with sticks a few times before I had to run back home.
Thanks for your help, Codsworth.
Good luck, Mum. You'll find young Sean. I know you will. I shall remain here and secure the home front.
Okay, that pretty much covers the return to Sanctuary. Now obviously I still need to run around and loot everything in a moment, but here is the comic that we saw earlier. Now,
Nice.
Picking those up is useful. As you can see, increased crit with unarmed or melee attacks permanently by 5 damage. Now there are a collection of them. If we look here, stats, perks, barbarian, that is from our magazine we just read, and each star is the number of those comics that I've picked up, thus boosting it by more and more each time. There are many different types of comics, so obviously keep an eye out for them. There are our standard stats. Plus means that we've got an item giving us an extra point there on perception, which is the glasses we put on. And our current status. Weapon damage, armor that we've got, 5 armor from the Vault Suit, 10 radiation resistance from the Vault Suit. And that covers it. Now, the only other thing that I want to show you before the video ends is this here. Now, that little book there, You're Special. In some mods you actually get a whole bunch of them, some 60 odd of them. I think it's 62 in all. And basically you can use this book to increase one stat permanently. I simply do whichever one is useful. Charisma is the one that's closest to 10, and because I want max charisma for max persuasion, I generally do that. Now, keep in mind one simple thing. Somewhere there was a Reddit article that says how to, the term I think is min-max your stats. The problem is that that book does not affect it in terms of the min-maxing thing. So if you play the entire game through without picking that book up, and you max out these stats here, okay, you max them all to 10, the book has absolutely no effect whatsoever. Whereas by using it now, it means you can use one less level up to boost your stats. You can do the same thing with those little trophy things that I told you about earlier, the figurines that boost your stats by 1, but of course that means you're automatically accepting that you're going to be 1 stat down for certain things. So instead of having 11, you would have 10 permanently. There's no way to get it up to that 11, which can actually be useful. Now, for me, the stats I generally go for here: Locksmith, that allows you to pick locks. Computer Hacker allows you to hack more advanced computers. Both of those are useful. You get experience for doing both, but more importantly, it allows you to access areas more easily. Armor allows you to upgrade your armor better. Same with Guns Nut, allows you to upgrade your guns better. Blacksmith allows you to upgrade melee weapons, but you also need Blacksmith for power armor, I believe. Further down you have science for science weapons that you upgrade with, and there are a number of other stats that I like to get. This one here I need 6 strength for, as you can see, but it increases your carry capacity by quite a lot. Now in terms of weapons, I generally go for the rifleman, mainly because that's how I like to play. Granted, I currently have a pistol, which would be this thing, but I don't like using the pistol. As you get higher and higher level, eventually you'll have all the main things you want. Like this one allows you to upgrade vendors and so on and so forth. And local leader, which is there, allows you to set up supply lines between your different settlements, which is very useful when you're building a settlement. If you get extra workers here and just have them walking around, you establish a settlement, come back to Sanctuary Hill, pick up armor and weapons from storage that obviously, if you're like me, you've got, and go and speak to that random settler who's walking around. Put him in the armor, give him the weapon, send him to the new settlement, and even before you go back to the settlement, because it'll take a few days for him to get to the settlement, when you're here, still in Sanctuary, you can tell him to set up a supply line between where he's going, where you've just sent him, and Sanctuary Hill. You can then go back to the new settlement and build the settlement with the resources that are stored in Sanctuary Hill. That's why this particular perk is so useful. And as I said, as you go, you'll eventually get to a point where you've run out of the main stats. You go something like here: reduce physical damage, reduce radiation damage from water, no longer take radiation damage from swimming and breathe underwater. This one means that your limbs don't break so easily, so you don't get a broken arm or broken leg from either being shot or falling. That one means radiation actually heals you. There's actually another one there, I think. Fractor gives you energy resistance, so that's fire, cold, that sort of thing. So those little perks can be useful. Now if you're into hard mode and you're making potions for yourself, this means that you no longer get addicted to drugs and alcohol and so on and so forth, all of which are the things that boost your stats. Now I'm not going to go through all of them, but those are the ones that I like. If ever you play, you go ahead and go through the ones that you like, and I hope you enjoy. But yeah, that pretty much covers what we're going for. We're going to head back out here, and there is our workbench. Now I am going to end the video here, and I will explore and clear out this map as best as I can so that everything is ready for the next video. Now by clear out I mean pick shit up, so pick that crap up. You'll see that there's all sorts of other crap that's around, like the tire, which I can't pick up, these things which I can't pick up, that I can. But despite them not being able to be picked up, they can be used, and I will show that in the next video. I hope you have a fantastic day. It was good having you to watch my video. Please like and subscribe if you like my videos. Take care, enjoy, and I will see you next time.